Hi, and welcome to this week's edition of Enrichment. As you may see, I'm dressed in my Sunday best, recording this Sunday afternoon. Just got back from church and trying to get caught up. As you know, every week we talk about how we can better our business, how even though we may be a small business, we can compete with the big boys or the big girls because we can be smarter than they are. Takes little effort, and I'm hoping that each week's enrichment adds just a little bit more fuel to your fire. So I'm starting this week out with a question. Are you in a rut or is it a routine? Now, although they're related in concept, they're vastly different in temperament and outcome. We find comfort in routines, just like I find comfort in a cup of tea. Unfortunately, we may also find comfort in ruts. So how do you know if you're in a rut or if you're in a routine? Well, for one thing, ruts are hard to escape. The deeper the rut, the more difficult it is to climb out. If you've been in a rut long enough, it's even more difficult. And even if we try, eventually the effort wears us down and we end up staying where we are. You find yourself feeling stagnant or in a monotonous and unfulfilling cycle of activities or behaviors. You lack enthusiasm, motivation, or any sense of progress. Worse, you develop a sense of complacency, where frustration, boredom, and dissatisfaction are the norm. Now, a routine, however, that's very different. It has some similarities to being in a rut, in that you have a set of regular activities or habits that you follow consistently. But one big difference is that routine activities or habits are intentional, and they're done with a purpose. Not only that, but they're done to provide structure, stability, and organization to your life or your business. Rather than restricting growth, routines provide the environment that allows for growth, productivity, time management, and meaningful progress. There are many types of ruts that we can find ourselves in. These can include career, relationships, social ruts, financial, educational, emotional, health, fitness, spiritual. To be successful, not only in business, but in all other aspects of our lives, we need to examine our various activities and determine if they're good, healthy routines or comfortable ruts that don't require any extra effort. Whether it's in our business or personal lives, to determine whether we're following a healthy routine or stuck in a rut, we need to ask the following questions. First, do we feel a continual lack of enthusiasm? Are we disinterested? Are our activities monotonous and highly predictable with little or no variation or novelty? Now, of course, some of our jobs require we do things that are very routine and very predictable, so they may fall into that category. But are we avoiding any improvements or changes we could make to them? Next, do we feel stagnant? If we haven't experienced any personal or professional growth or progress in a long time, we could be in a rut. Are we frustrated and dissatisfied? Are we bored, feeling unchallenged? Do we lack motivation? If we find it hard to get inspired or set new goals, you're probably in a rut. Are we in a constant state of procrastination, continually putting off tasks or responsibilities even when we know they're important? Finally, do we find ourselves resistant to change, even if we're disillusioned and discouraged? If we see ruts in our lives, we can get out of them. But first, we need to recognize and acknowledge them. Once we've done this, we need to set new, clear goals that challenge us. These will boost our self-confidence and provide motivation. And lastly, we need to reconnect with our passions. What was it that truly sparked the joy in what we were doing and provided the sense of fulfillment we used to have. Once you've done that, guess what? You've created a new routine. Keep at it, and little by little, you'll wonder what it was that was keeping you in that rut all along. As Bob Marley wrote, life is one big road with lots of signs. So when you're riding through the ruts, don't complicate your mind. Flee from hate, mischief, and jealousy. Don't bury your thoughts, put your vision to reality. Wake up and live. Not bad advice from Bob. So that is this week's enrichment. If you have anything you'd like to ask, anything you'd like to discuss, or if it brings any thoughts up, give me a email, send it to rich@speakingofsuccess.us, and we'll have a conversation. And I hope you get out of those ruts. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you all next week. Bye.